Hi everyone, this is Mr. West. Today we're doing a Khan Academy tutorial on circle vocabulary. Everything about circles. Let's go ahead and get started. What does PR represent? So if we're looking here, we have to find P and R, and it's going to be a line connecting them, a line segment based on the top of this just having that little line part, no arrows. So PR is right here, and we need to decide what is this classified as. Now, a couple things. Number one, we notice that it goes through the center of the circle. I don't know where my drawing things went. Oh, it's over here. I can minimize it. All right, anyway, so this is the center of the circle. So we notice this line goes through the center of the circle. So it's either a radius or a diameter at least. Now, a radius means that it only goes from the middle to the perimeter, to the circumference, to the outside edge, okay? That's the radius. The diameter goes through the center, but it goes from one end all the way to the other end, and it divides it into two equal halves, okay? So this is a diameter, but let's look at our choices here. We have radius, diameter, and chord, and it says choose all answers that apply. Well, a chord, what is a chord? A chord is a line. And now my lines are out of position a little bit. But a chord is a line very much like XY here. It touches 2 points. It's a line segment that touches 2 points on the circle. So any line like that, like PQ, that's a chord. PR is a chord. XY is a chord. All those are chords. Okay? OQ is not a chord. That's a radius. So this one is a radius right there. But my point is this. PR is a chord, but it's also a diameter because it goes through the center. So any chord that goes through the center is also called a diameter. So this is a chord and a diameter. There we go, next question. All right, what do we call the blue part of the circle? The blue part, okay. So we have chord, circumference, and arc. Now, let's break this down. Chord, we already talked about. That's a line segment connecting 2 points on the circle. So if we had 2 points in the circle and it was connected, that would be a chord, okay? It's not that. Circumference. Circumference is the entire distance around the circle. So this yellow highlighted area would be this. I did a great job highlighting that, by the way. But anyway, that is the circumference. It's all the way around. Now, this clearly is not all the way around because the blue is only in this part. That was a bad job. Okay, so it's not circumference. So I guess by process of elimination, we know it's an arc, but why is it an arc? An arc is a part of the circumference, okay? This is usually formed by what's called a central angle. Now an arc, you can have an arc measure. For example, this looks to be about 120 degrees. Therefore, the arc measure would be 120 degrees. But you can also have an arc length, okay? An arc length, just as note of record, is pi times, sorry, not pi, that's called theta. Theta is this angle right here, your arc measure, times 2 times pi times r divided by 360, okay? Basically, this is our portion of the circle. In this case, 120 divided by 360 is 1/3. So this is 1/3 of the entire circumference. And then we multiply it by the circumference to find it. Now, it's not asking for that. That was just a side note. If you want to see more on arc measure, please check out some of my other videos. There's plenty to see from, notes all the way to CUDA tutorials and Khan Academy tutorials. But for this answer, it's arc. Check. There we go. Next question. All right. What is the blue shaded region of the given circle known as? Okay. Moving on to some more vocab. This is great here. We have, as you can see, a radius here, but it's not just that. We have another radius here. We have what I already deemed the central angle right here. We have an arc. We just saw that in the previous problem. Okay, but it's this entire shaded area right here. Boom. All inside that. So what is that called? Well, we have the first option, which is sector. Okay, oh gosh, this annoys me. There, that's close enough. Okay, the sector, and that's actually a sector, okay? Sector is a portion of the circle's area. I wanted to do a leading up to it, you know, it's the third and final option, but whatever, okay? This is part of the area of the circle. So the area of the circle we know, the area of the circle we know is pi r squared. But we are only looking at a small portion of that circle. So what we need to know is we need to know that theta, that measure of the arc or the central angle. They're the same. And what we do for the area of a sector is we multiply that theta times the area of the circle, but then we divide by 360. This will tell us the portion of the circle we're talking about. Multiply it by the area, and it'll tell us how much of the circle's area is just that part of the sector. And that's sector. Segment we already talked about. Arc we already talked about. Chord we already talked about. It's none of those. All right, onward and upward. Where does Q lie with respect to the given circle? Okay, this one's pretty obvious. There's Q. The question is it inside, outside, or on the line? Sorry, on the boundary. Clearly, it's inside, and we can't choose more than one. Shucks. And there we go. That's all there is to it. So, hope you learned something. Please check out more tutorials on Khan Academy, geometry, CUDA, whatever you need. Leave a comment if you need something covered. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you check out some more.